Hello, my name is Montse. Welcome to So Yoga. This is going to be a short video celebrating that you've just come back from a run. It's a cool down video for those who've just gone out. Perhaps you've done your 5K, 10K, woo, or perhaps you're starting your journey and you're walking more than running. That's all great. Congratulations. Let's do a little bit of a cool down. So come to stand on your 2 feet, feet hip width apart, parallel. And just for a moment, shoulders back, down, hands by your side, close your eyes and focus on your breath. Just notice where you are. Lovely. The next time you inhale, bring the arms up. You can open the eyes if you had them closed like me. You can even look up, a nice, lovely stretch. And then as you exhale, come forward, bend forward. You can bend both knees and just make a little shelf with your thighs for your chest and hanging here. You can bring the hands to the opposite elbow if you like and allow your head to be heavy. You can even sway from side to side, front and back. And then come to a static position where just gravity is doing the work for you. Allow your head to be heavy, noticing your vertebrae relaxing, separating. Noticing the breath in the back of your body. One more. Really heavy. Remember to bend the knees. And then bring your hands to the floor. Release the arms. Bring the hands to the floor or the fingertips. And take a step with the left foot back. For one moment in this posture called runner's lunge. Heel, back heel high up. Noticing the stretch here. Now bring the knee down. Breathe here for a moment. And now you can bend the left knee, the back leg. Perhaps you reach with your arm, same leg. We're not going to do a twist now. Perhaps you don't. If you don't worry. Hand forward and then back, just motioning towards the leg. And try to bring the heel as close to you as you can. If you cannot do it with your hand, just do it with your leg. One more time, inhaling, stretch forward, and as you exhale, bring the hand back. Perhaps you reach a bit more. And again, if you reach, great, you can also use a strap. If not, don't worry, just do it like this. And if you reach, you're trying to bring the heel towards your bum, not your bum towards your heel, okay? Breathe. One more breath. And notice that I don't have my knee on the floor. I have the top, what's above my knee on the floor. So I'm not putting pressure on my knee, on my kneecap. Then slowly, slowly stretch. Now tuck the toes, okay? Toes on the floor. Inhale, and as you exhale, lean back, hips back, stretch the front leg, toes up. But with the toes tucked in, and instead of staying higher, see if you can bring the hips lower towards your toes. So we are doing a little toe and foot stretch. At the same time, the front leg can be slightly bent if you need to. And stay here for a moment. You can come low or you can stay high. Just notice, be aware. We're going to move slowly. You don't need to pull, you don't need to push. Just move with awareness and softly, enjoying the stretch after the running. The legs, the muscles of the legs contract a lot. So you want to start convincing them to open, to let go. Lovely. And we do this with the breath, breathing into the areas that you find are a bit tight. Then lift up, come forward a bit. And once again, lift the knee. Okay, lovely. Now walk the hands towards the left, so the inside. And keep the legs wide open. Toes slightly pigeonholed, slightly in. So feet are parallel. And again, you can bend, you don't have to lock the knees. Bend them slightly, hands on the floor, and think of elongating the back, okay? So the top of my head goes forward and my tailbone goes back. Back is long, squeeze the belly. Inhale here, and as you exhale, come forward. And again, like we did at the beginning, head is heavy. Remember, don't lock the knees. Head is heavy. Breathe. Lift the inner arches of the feet, so there's still engagement in the muscles. We're not just hanging here. Then lift up again. Arms are straight. The right hand is directly underneath your face, and the left hand comes behind, again behind your lower back, your lumbar. Inhale, and as you exhale, twist. Twist, twist, twist. Twisting the upper back. Remember, you can bend the knees. If this is comfortable, perhaps you can even bring that left arm up into the air, so both shoulders are in line. Breathe. Bring the hand down, bend the right knee, and start shifting your weight towards the right. In this like side stretch or ninja stretch, I've heard it called. I like calling it ninja stretch. And your heel may be off the ground or perhaps it's on the ground. So depending on flexibility, how you're feeling today. And then come back up once again. And now we're going to rotate and do everything on the other side. So we're going to start on our runner's lunge. And then bring the knee down. This time it's the right knee that comes down. Once again, just lift up, squeeze the belly, and then slowly, slowly bring the hands down, feeling the stretch. Now is the right leg that we bend. Remember, we're bending above the knee, so the weight is above the knee, or put a weight, not a weight, put I want to say a scarf, but I don't mean a scarf. You can bend the mat, padding, that's the word I'm looking for. Put some padding. And reach with the right hand back. If you reach and you grab the foot, fine. If you don't, fine as well. You can just be here and carry on driving that heel towards your butt. Breathe. This can be quite intense, this one. But it's really important. We've been using a lot our thigh muscles, our quads, our hamstrings. Now, release slowly. Tuck the toes and start shifting your weight back. Shifting your weight back, lifting the front toes, the left toes. And again, instead of staying up high here, we try to bring the hips lower towards your heel. And again, with a lot of intensity here. Again, stretching the toes, the feet, the front toes, the left toes towards your face, really engaging here, and start lowering down. Breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. One last breath, and then again come forward. One last time into that runner's lunge, and hands walk in. And once again, both hands reposition your feet so they're parallel, toes are slightly in. And remember, hands are on the floor, your elbows are straight, so you're not really dumping your weight here for now. Stretch the torso, top of the head. And now bend your elbows if we can. You can bend the knees as well. And relax the head. Head is heavy. Really, your torso is long. Once again, like we did when we were standing. Well, we're also standing. Feeling the back decompressing, vertebrae separating. Breathe. Inhaling. And the exhale perhaps slightly longer than the inhale. Now, once again, straighten the arms. Now is the left hand that's positioned just underneath your face, and the right hand making sure that your hips are square, that one is not higher than the other. Remember, keep a slight bend on your knees and start rotating towards the right. If you can also bring the right hand up so both shoulders are in line. And remember, you don't want to dump all your weight on your left hand, on your wrist. Lift up. Imagine someone is lifting that right hand up. You'll notice that your legs start to work here. If you try to lift, as if you were floating up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. One last inhale here, and as you exhale, bring the hand down. And now bend the left leg. You can rotate a bit here. And ninja squat on the other side. Same thing, your heel could be down or up. Okay, awesome. Now you can use the hands or no hands, it's up to you. And once again to the right. And you can hands off the floor. Play, be playful. If you fall, that's fine, or keep the hands down, up to you. Today is one day, maybe tomorrow will be a different day. And again, you can use your hands or no hands to come to the other side. One more time. Again, play around with it. And then come up, bring the feet closer together. Heels in, toes out. Come into a squat. Breathe. You want the elbows to push the knees out. But again, no pushing, pulling, whatever is pleasant and doable and still feels good for your body. Squeeze and lift up. Again, like we were saying, I say again a lot, huh? Like what we said before of not dumping all your weight on your hands. You don't want to dump all your weight. You see this like this, down. You want to feel a sense of buoyancy. Your chest is up, up, up. Lifting, growing tall whilst you're pushing. So there's a lot of action in this pose as well. Pushing your elbows out, opening, feeling the opening on the inner thighs. Then come up, hands on the floor. Rotate, hands to the front of the mat, legs to the back, and downward dog. From here, we're going to go into pigeon pose. You can get into pigeon from downward dog or from tabletop. From downward dog, you're going to lift the right foot and bring right knee to the right wrist. And from tabletop, just bring both knees down. And same thing, knee to right wrist. Okay, now start looking back. And with the help of your toes, extend that leg. Extend it and make sure that this is straight. You're not twisting it to one side or to another. Once that leg is straight, look forward. Again, you don't want to dump your weight on the right. So you want a lot of air here. So you can put padding. You can put a big cushion underneath your right hip. You're tall. You can, there's a lot of air here right now. And then start releasing the hips down to the floor, but without dumping your weight on the right. If you want to know how to adjust this pose with a cushion or blankets, let me know in the comments. I usually use cushions or blankets. I didn't bring any props today. You don't need it. But it might help to get into the pose in a better way for your body. And I use them all the time myself. Now walk forward, and perhaps we stay here today. Again, remember, you're equally putting your in. I can't even speak anymore. Or perhaps your elbows come down. Perhaps your forehead comes to your hands. Perhaps you can go all the way down to the floor. Whichever position you stay in, take 4 deep breaths. It's not better one than another as long as you feel it. Just want you to really be soft, find softness in the body, and be aware. You've just been for a run. And now the body is really warm, so you don't want to, the muscles are warm, so you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to dump your weight there mindlessly. So really being aware of what you're doing. And breathing in, and the exhale is slightly longer than the inhale this time. So perhaps I breathe in for 3, and I breathe out for 5. Or I breathe in for 4, and I breathe out for 6. Just see what suits you better today. Then next inhale, you're going to reverse. You're going to start coming up, pushing the floor away with your hands, and either coming into downward dog again or tabletop, up to you. And perhaps that right leg needs a bit of movement. If you're in tabletop, just do some circling with the leg, and the same thing if you're in downward dog. So again, choose your own adventure here. And let's do the other side. This time I'm going to do it from here, so you see how to do it from down dog. So lifting the left leg, bring the knee towards the wrist, opening it a bit, and then start slowly, slowly, like we did before. You can look back, and with the help of your toes, start extending the right leg with the help of your toes. Extend, extend, and make sure it's straight. And then same, you don't want to dump your weight on the side. This is very tempting, but we're not doing very much here. Or we're doing the wrong thing. You want to really find a lot of air first. Lift up, okay? So you see there's a lot of space here. You can put a cushion, you can put the blanket, making more space, and then start coming closer to the floor, but without dumping your weight on the left. Notice the sensation is different. And again, you can stay as high as you need to, or start walking the hands forward. Perhaps we stay here, perhaps the elbows come down. One side will be very different from the other, so don't worry. You don't have to look the same on both sides. We try in yoga to find balance, so eventually that both sides are sort of as close to each other as possible in terms of feeling. But perhaps it's not possible, so just be aware of that. Be mindful of that. Perhaps on this side you don't want to come so low. Try to find stability, try to find comfort, and then 4 deep breaths. Next inhale, start coming up onto your hands again, and like we did the other side, coming to downward dog or all fours. One or the other, you don't need to do both. I'm doing both just to demonstrate. So again, if you're in all fours, you can do a little bit of movement, just like back and forth. See what your body needs. Listen to your body. Super important, especially if you're running as well, to listen, to be aware of your body's asking. And then finally, come down to a seated position. And we're going to finish in Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. If your back is rounding a lot, so you feel like almost like there is a magnet towards the back wall and you're sitting, I'm exaggerating a bit, but this is quite common. So if you feel like that's the case for you and you're really leaning back, I want you to come to either roll the mat or creating a big lifting cushion here, or this is maybe not too much, not enough, or being a cushion, bigger blanket, everything you need to create an elevation here. And then bring the soles of the feet together and try to keep upright. Opening the soles of the feet, tall, 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 tall. Inhale here, and like we did with pigeon, perhaps we stay here, that's as far as we go. Perhaps we can start coming forward. Perhaps like we did in that squat, elbows against the knees, and we stay here. Breathe, judge yourself. Again, choose your own adventure. Stay here, pushing a bit. And by pushing, again, I don't mean push, but a gentle pressure. Almost like gravity is doing the work for you. Or you can perhaps come forward with your hands, elbows perhaps can reach the floor, and relax the head. Whatever you do, you're going to stay here for 3 to 4 deep breaths. And again, just focusing on breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose for a slightly longer count than the breath in. Last, relax, and then on the last inhale, start coming up, and just sit in a comfortable cross-legged position, shin to shin, or you can lie down if you want. Close your eyes for a moment and just notice your breath, notice your body, notice any sensations in your body. Is it tingling? Is it energized? Is it relaxed? Whatever it is the right thing to feel. Feeling long, feeling tall, and congratulate yourself one more time. You did it. You went out for a run. Perhaps you were not feeling up for it today. Perhaps it was an effort to put on those running shoes and get out. Perhaps you really were excited about going today. Whatever the case, it's a win for you. Well done. I know the effort that it entails. And another congratulations for doing the warm-up, the cool-down. If you did the warm-up, even double congratulations. But it's the first thing that many times we skip. And it's super important. So, well done you. Open your eyes, open your arms, and even give yourself a nice, lovely hug. And just moving to one side and to the other, tiny bit of a twist. Again, tap on the back. And you're done. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Thank you so much for looking after yourself, for trying to be a better you, a much healthier you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed yet, and press that notification button and leave me a comment. I'd love to know how it was for you, if it was too long, too short, and if you like more like this in terms of like pre-run, post-run. And yes, basically leave me a comment, because that really helps me know what can I do for you. All right, that's it for me for today. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.